Hello, my name is Yong and my MATRIC number is BT21503 for A. Today I'll be discussing a pressing ethical issue in modern business, employee surveillance and privacy. In our digital age, businesses are increasingly relying on surveillance technologies such as keystroke logging, CCTV, GPS tracking, and AI monitoring to supervise their workforce. These tools are typically introduced to improve productivity, ensure legal compliance, and protect company assets. However, while the intentions may be valid, these practices raise serious ethical questions. The core issue is about balance. How do we weigh legitimate business needs against an employee's fundamental rights to privacy, dignity, and trust in the workplace?
There are several major ethical challenges that come with employee surveillance. The first is privacy infringement. When employees are monitored without their knowledge or consent, their personal space and autonomy are violated. The second issue is the lack of transparency. Often, workers are unaware of what is being tracked, who is doing the monitoring, and how the information is being used. The third concern is the psychological impact. Continuous surveillance can lead to increased stress, lower morale, and a breakdown in trust between employees and management. And fourth, there is a power imbalance. Employees may feel micromanaged, disrespected, or even dehumanized when every move is being watched. Real-world examples highlight these concerns. In 2024, Amazon was fined €32 million in France for excessive surveillance of its warehouse workers. Similarly, Barclays Bank faced public backlash after it was revealed that staff activity was monitored without proper disclosure. Personally, I believe that respect, fairness, and transparency are essential to any ethical workplace. If I were working in an environment where I was being monitored without being properly informed, I would feel demoralized and disrespected. That's why I think surveillance should only be used when truly necessary, such as for safety or compliance. And even then, only if employees are made fully aware and given the chance to understand and agree to the terms. Leaders should build a workplace culture based on trust, not fear. Surveillance should never compromise the dignity of the individuals it targets. So, how can businesses implement surveillance in a way that is ethically sound? There are 4 key steps I recommend. First, transparency. Companies must clearly explain what is being monitored, how it works, and why it's necessary. Second, consent and proportionality. Only data that is essential to achieving business goals should be collected, and only with the employee's informed permission. Third, employee involvement. Employees should be included in the development and review of monitoring policies. There should be a space for them to raise concerns or provide feedback. And fourth, conduct regular ethical audits. These reviews should assess whether the monitoring practices are aligned with both ethical standards and legal obligations. Some companies are already setting a good example. Microsoft responded to criticism by removing individual-level tracking from its productivity tools. GitLab, a fully remote tech company, chooses not to use surveillance at all. Instead, it evaluates employees based on their outcomes and contributions, demonstrating that accountability can be achieved without intrusive monitoring. In conclusion, employee surveillance isn't just a matter of policy or technology, it's a deeply ethical decision. Businesses must reflect on whether their methods are protecting performance at the expense of trust. Ethical surveillance must be transparent, proportional, and consensual. When these principles are followed, companies don't just reduce legal risk, they build more human-centered, trustworthy, and successful organizations. That is all from me. Thank you for your time.